Press release, public statement. Disability Access to Courts is a Dignity Issue by Miss Immigrant USA, New York, January 2026. For Miss Immigrant USA, dignity is not a slogan. It is the base of real civic participation. A recent incident involving an elected official reminded us of something many people already know. People can be pushed out of public life in quiet ways, through pressure, exclusion, and systems that feel impossible to navigate. We first addressed that dignity and identity issue in our earlier public statement about the elected official incident. This release continues that same message and applies it to another place where dignity must be protected: the courts. That is why we are speaking today about disability access to courts. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, is a federal civil rights law. In simple words, it says people with disabilities must be able to use public services, including courts, in real life, not just in theory. If a disability makes it hard to use the normal process, the person can ask for a reasonable accommodation, meaning a practical change so they can take part fairly. What is the ADA? The ADA protects people with disabilities from being shut out of public life. It applies to many government services. When it comes to courts, the idea is simple. People must be able to take part in court in a real, meaningful way. What is a reasonable accommodation? A reasonable accommodation is a helpful change that makes participation possible. It is not a favor. It is not special treatment. It is a way to make things fair. Examples can include using email or written messages instead of phone-only communication, providing interpreters or communication help, giving information in a format a person can use, making sure people with different disabilities can understand, respond, and participate. The goal is simple: a fair chance to be heard. The core problem: people get shut out without anyone saying no. Many people think access is simple. You show up, you speak, the court listens. But for people with disabilities, especially people who are self-represented, under stress, or facing urgent deadlines, access can break down in real life. Sometimes communication is not workable, instructions are confusing, requests get ignored or delayed, and important decisions happen before the person can truly take part. When that happens, people may lose rights without ever getting a fair chance to explain what is happening. Why this matters. Why this matters, beyond one case, courts are supposed to be for everyone. If disability access depends on perfect net timing, perfect paperwork, or knowing how the system works behind the scenes, then only some people can truly use the courts. That creates an unfair split. People with resources and support can participate. People without support, especially disabled people and people without lawyers, can be left behind. This is how civil rights weaken, not only through loud denial, but through quiet barriers. Miss Immigrant USA's position: we believe courts must be reachable in real life, not just on paper. Disability rights are civil rights. When someone asks for help to participate, the system should respond with clear answers and timely action, especially in urgent situations. We are not attacking individuals. We are raising a public issue that affects trust in the system and equal treatment under the law. Hashtag call to action. We call on courts and public agencies to make disability access clearer and faster. Courts and court administration: explain in plain language how to ask for accommodations. Respond quickly, especially in urgent cases. Offer workable ways to communicate, including written options when needed. Lawmakers and oversight bodies: check whether disability access rules are clear, fair, and followed in real life. Make sure civil rights are not lost through delay or confusion. Advocates, journalists, and civic organizations: pay attention to disability access and court access. Share stories responsibly and focus on real-life impact. The public: simple tips. If you need an accommodation, ask in writing and keep copies. Use a simple sentence: I am requesting a reasonable accommodation under the ADA. Say what you need in plain words. Example: I need communication by email because phone access is not reliable for me. If you don't get an answer, follow up in writing. Our message: this movement is not about privilege. It is about participation. A democracy cannot work if courts are only usable for people who already know every step. Justice must be reachable, rights must be real, and access must mean access. Miss Immigrant USA, civic identity, equal access, rule of law. Disclaimer: This statement is for public education and information. It talks about issues being addressed through legal proceedings. Courts decide outcomes based on the official record and the law. This is the first of many updates over the coming months followers will see. Legal filings and progress reports, educational breakdowns of rights and retaliation, behind-the-scenes stories, personal testimonies from people who said, "I choose immigrant." What you can do now, Miss Immigrant USA cannot carry this case alone. We are calling for help, real help. If you are reading this, we need you to stand with us, to join the board and the class action that will represent the public interest, not just the founders of the organization. This is not about us, it is about all of us. We are giving this stage to the people. Declare and volunteer to serve on the board or as class action representative. Bring your skills. Email missimigrantusa@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram. Share this update with someone who believes in democracy and the right to identity. Our mission remains unchanged: to defend immigrant identity, free expression, democracy, and equal protection under the law, and to remind every institution, from the courthouse to the classroom, that the promise of America belongs to all who call it home.
3, 2, 1.
We are immigrants.
Once again. 3, 2, 1.
We are immigrants.
But God brought me to this moment, and I do want to cry right now. This situation actually showed me how God makes magic in ways that you never could expect.
Thanks to the Almighty God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And we all, one way or another, are immigrants. If not immigrants in this country, we are immigrants that immigrated from God.
The beginning of new light. After months in the shadows, today marks our first gentle step back into the world. We are deeply grateful for all the love and support. At the heart of this journey are the founders, Magdalena and Shaw, Miss and Mr. Immigrant USA, walking together into hope. Time of healing. It demands honesty, courage, and the willingness to love, even when it hurts. Our story is one of truth, unity, and the power to begin again, to share love. If you, too, are searching for light, remember, you are not alone.
You know why?
Look out, everybody. We might have some flying cakes being flown on the red carpet right now.